The most valuable time you'll spend today. Have you ever stopped to think about what the most valuable time you'll spend today really is? It's not that perfect moment that hasn't arrived yet. It's not the ideal future you imagine when everything finally works out. The most valuable time is now, in the quiet work, in the small decisions, in the effort no one sees. Most people are too busy waiting for overnight success to realize that the real game happens in the invisible, where identity, discipline, and consistency are built without applause. Everyone loves stories of sudden success. Almost no one wants to hear about the years of failure, repetition, and uncertainty that came before. The truth is simple: every overnight success usually hides 5, 10 years of hard work, delayed results, and relentless effort. People only see the final output. They never see the process. No one cares when you fail. At best, they ignore you. Strangely enough, criticism shows up when you win because winning makes people uncomfortable. It challenges identities and exposes nonconformity. At the beginning, almost everyone wants you to do well. You're the underdog, a work in progress, someone who doesn't threaten anyone. There's support, encouragement, genuine cheering. But when consistency turns into real progress, when discipline starts creating leverage, something changes. Growth awakens silent resentment, disguised criticism, subtle distancing. People's reaction to your success reveals who your real allies are and who is only comfortable while you weren't passing anyone. At some point, you enter what few people talk about: the lonely chapter. It's the phase where you no longer belong to the old group, but you haven't arrived at the new one yet. There's no validation, no clear signs of progress, only uncertainty. You work hard, you stay focused, but it feels like you're talking to yourself. Every winner goes through this. No exceptions. This is where resilience stops being theory and becomes survival. It's also where you realize that hard work can't just be a means to an end. It has to become identity. It's not "I'll work hard until I achieve X." It's becoming the person who empties the tank every single day, regardless of mood or recognition. In the end, the only real judge of your effort is you. And that daily self-validation builds a confidence that doesn't depend on applause. Many people believe the secret is intensity. That's a myth. The intensity required is far lower than people imagine. What's hard is sustaining effort for years. Consistency beats occasional bursts of motivation. Not quitting is the most important skill in the game. Daily progress, even when small, compounds over time and separates those who are serious from those who just get excited. Real work isn't being busy. Real work is output. It's volume multiplied by leverage. More reps, higher skill. Choosing tasks that actually move the needle. Working a lot without working well creates burnout. Working well without volume creates stagnation. Excellence is born from deliberate practice and accountability for what you deliver, not how long you stayed busy. That's why high performers don't work by the hour. They work until the goal is hit. Open a goal. Sometimes the day ends at noon. Sometimes it goes until midnight. The clock loses importance when the focus is on results. That's how elite athletes think. The session only ends when the objective is complete. This demands self-discipline, focus, and emotional maturity. Most of the time, anxiety isn't weakness, it's lack of practice. Confidence comes from accumulated evidence. The more you do, the less anxious you feel. At some point, you even get tired of the thing, and that's exactly when confidence shows up. Your body knows the path. Your mind relaxes, and the focus returns to excellence in the process. There's always a delay between behavior and results. An uncomfortable lag between acting like a winner and actually winning. The bigger the goal, the longer the delay. Most people quit right here, just before the return shows up. Persistence at this stage isn't glamorous. It's a long-term commitment. Pain is part of reality. Growing hurts. Stagnating hurts. Declining hurts. The difference is that the pain of growth builds something. Pain isn't the problem. It's proof that you're alive and moving. Champions don't act based on how they feel. They act based on what needs to be done. Everything changes when you adjust the mental frame. Anxiety becomes excitement. Pain becomes a sign of progress, not failure. Emotions stop dictating decisions. While others react, you execute. That framing creates a silent advantage. At some point, you realize the game is infinite. There is no final finish line. The goal isn't to arrive. The goal is to keep playing. Those who play to continue cannot be defeated. One major win can make many past mistakes irrelevant as long as you're still in the game. None of this comes without sacrifice. Every achievement requires trade-offs. You can't have everything. Most regret comes from trying to choose both paths at the same time. Accepting the cost of a choice reduces anxiety and sharpens focus. On hard days, winning the day is already a victory. One small right action, one extra rep, that counts. Good days build good weeks. Well-played moments define years. Identity isn't what you say. It's what you prove to yourself. Daily evidence builds the new version of you. Starting is a zero-loss game. The first action already shifts your internal frame. Ignoring external opinions becomes an essential skill. Only take advice from people who want more for you than you want for yourself. Most criticism exists to justify other people's inaction. Being the exception requires social discomfort. One simple question keeps clarity. What would destroy this? Do the opposite. Avoiding obvious mistakes creates space for consistent progress. Simplicity creates focus. You never know if it's going to work. That's the price of success. Betting without guarantees is unavoidable. Dealing with uncertainty is a meta skill that sustains real growth. In the end, the only guaranteed way to lose is not to play. The lottery ticket is free, it's effort. Someone with worse conditions has already succeeded. The only unavoidable requirement is work. Clearly defining what you want is almost the entire game. Giving yourself permission to change your mind is part of it too. The safest strategy is to do so much work that failure becomes irrational. And when you get there, the game doesn't end. It expands, allowing you to help others begin as well. So, hey Race, the final question. How are you going to spend the most valuable time of your day?